to another episode of That Crazy Triangle Guy. Here we are looking at Bitcoin US dollar index on the 1 hour time frame. And it looks like just a little baby here, like when Tyler was born prematurely. But I've cloned, well, let's just zoom in here a second. So Bitcoin had been traveling in here on Friday in this nice parallel channel before dumping here and getting a lot of people liquidated. A lot of people are getting liquidated lately. Well, all the time. Because they use excessive leverage, long and short, and do stupid things. And so that's what all this movement's about. It's sucking up all your money, all your Bitcoins and all your money and everything. So, regardless, I cloned this little creature here. And I imagine that at a lot of times we will be traveling at a rate like that, upwards. And it looks like we may be doing so at this time, starting to. All right, so let's get rid of this guy now, just for the hell of it. And where would we be going? First of all, note too. We are holding support on this pink line here. Where did we dump down to? We dumped down to this green line on Friday. And where had we been holding support on this green line here? Well, note how we interacted with this purple line here, dashed line, and the green line for a long time, starting, when was this? Oh, the week the week before. So for an entire week, we'd been traveling along the purple dashed line and the green dashed line in between those two. We had this fake out to suck up a lot of people's long and short positions, short and long positions. And came down to the green line and are currently holding support on the pink line. All these lines are very, very relevant, and these lines have been there. It's not like I just drew them to match the price action. They've all been there a long, long time. The green line is the top of the green parallel channel and the bottom of the green parallel channel stacked on top of the green parallel channel. So the pink line is relatively new. That's okay. I'm going to zoom out now. We need to get on a bigger. Okay, let's get off the hourly. Some of these lines will go away when we go to a daily. So now that we zoom out, you can see that on Friday we did wick down to the top of the white parallel channel, just about. That was an old parallel channel that we've left behind and kind of tested it as support there, as well as the bottom of this green channel. This makes perfect sense. This is a green bull flag parallel channel that we're traveling in here and hit the bottom of it. So the obvious move from there would be back up to the top of the channel right here at around 40, almost 45,000. Just under 45,000 there. That would be all the way over till next Friday if we took our time going up there. But more than likely I think we're just going to get right back up there. And I think we're going to go beyond. We've had this little consolidation. So the next move would be a breakout. I'd look right here. So I imagine that we'll move up rather quickly because we're holding support on this pink line right here. This pink line is the bottom of this pink channel here. Here's the top. Holding support here, I think we're going to move rather quickly back up to the top of this channel, and that is at 48,000, which makes sense because that's about where we left off over here. We got up to almost 49. Yeah, okay. On that one wick, briefly, we got up to 49. But I imagine we're going to move rather quickly back up to the top of this pink channel. The resistance we'll have is right here at 40, almost 45,000. We have the bottom of the blue parallel channel that we will be running back into. We fell out of it here a week ago. This is all a big fake out here. We fell out of it a week ago. And a pullback. It's a pullback into this bull flag pattern. And so whether we come up here and take one more, see if we get one more leg down, I don't think we'll be able to do that. I don't think we'll be able, as hard as the bears are going to try to knock us down one more, I don't think we will be able to get down. Might come up here, back down to the top of the green parallel channel, and then back up here by the end of the month. Don't know exactly how it's going to play out. I imagine it might be pretty volatile because there's going to be a struggle between the bears and the bulls here. But we'll be playing around in this area. We're not dumping down below this white line here. We're not going below 40,000 something. We're not going to close this gap at 39.6. That's a trap. It's a trap set there to get people to short on the way down, and they all get liquidated. And there's too much buying pressure. You don't quite see it yet because stuff's getting moved on the over-the-counter market. But even Data Dash, now I don't recommend you listen to him. He's an extreme bear, and he got everything wrong and cost everybody lots of money last year because he was so bearish. But I do listen to him even from time to time. I listen to a variety of people to get a variety of opinions, bearish, bullish, and even though if I think they're manipulative or speaking out their a-hole and doing one thing and saying one thing and doing another, I listen to all these people to kind of get some perspective. Not a lot of people, a handful, half a dozen or so. Or maybe, not more than 10, but some more than others. Now, so in this range, we will be trading right here. But even Data Dash was saying, about the Bitcoin ETFs and how much Bitcoin they're taking up. So I know GBTC is selling because people are selling off to get out of there because of the 1.5%. I'm in GBTC. I bought it at 8 something, and I'm holding on to it. I bought it a year ago, and I'm holding on to it because it doesn't make any sense for me to get rid of it. I'd have to, if I sold it right now, I'd be taxed on that money, which I wouldn't have to pay for like another year. But to save whatever it is, not even a 1%, is it 0.1%? Or even if it is 1%, 1.5%, I think, whatever, Bitcoin's going to 4 or 5x from here. So I'm not worried about 1% or whether I'm getting 1% or point whatever percent. I don't really care. And I'm not going to cost myself 20% to save a fraction of a percent. So I'm holding on to my Bitcoin, my GBTC. But a lot of people are moving out of GBTC now. And either not getting back into a different Bitcoin ETF or maybe they are. But money is transferring, or Bitcoin is transferring out of GBTC and into these other exchanges. However, beyond that, these other ETFs have sucked up so far in the past week and a half. Not even a week and a half, because last week was a short week. Yo, no, you know what? I think it did trade anyway, even though there was a holiday. It just didn't settle till Tuesday. So, yeah, in the past week and a half, even with GBTC's Bitcoin that is entering the market, there still is a 31,000 Bitcoin. I'm sorry, is it 31,000? Yeah, I think it's 31,000, he said. Data Dash said. That is getting sucked up by these other ETFs. Now, only 900 Bitcoin are produced by the miners every day. So in 10 days, that's 9,000 Bitcoin. So you have 4 times as much Bitcoin being sucked up by the ETFs than is being produced. Doesn't take a brain surgeon to figure out how long that's gonna last before there isn't gonna be any. Okay, this is a steal, and that's why everybody has been, and I've said this time and time again, everybody is sucking up Bitcoin at around 42. All the big boys have been sucking it up in this area. Now 42 is also a level of, God, I can't believe the stupid thing. My stupid cursor keeps coming on and I don't want it to. They've all been sucking up all the Bitcoin they can right here because it's a steal. Very quickly it's going to shoot up, and so I'm sticking with my thesis that it is. So it'll come up here next week. Whether it comes back down again, maybe to the green center line, it's going to move up quickly to here and then up to 62,000, 58 to 50, at least 58,000. Somewhere back up to the top of this fuchsia colored channel, which is essentially kind of like a double green parallel channel. Here's the bottom of the fuchsia channel. It's very large. Here's the top. Let's see what the measurement is between the top and the bottom. Well, it's probably... let's see what it is. Yeah, it's like 100%. Yeah, it is 100% because the bottom, I can't see it. This thing is in the way. Can you see it? I can't move this thing right here. I want to move this thing. Oh, well. It's about 100% because the bottom is at 30,000 and the top is at 60,000. So that's a lot. So that gets me back to the fact that we were hanging out around the center line of this large channel. Okay, we're not going to stay on the center line. Either we're going to dump down to the bottom, which is everybody's been calling. They even still keep saying 30,000. Now they've switched it to maybe 38,000. Everybody has all these dumpers, these people that are looking for a big 30, 40% pullback have been saying 30,000 for a long time. Now they're kind of shying away from that and saying 38,000. There's still some that say 30,000, but that would completely wreck any interest in Bitcoin at all. And these ETFs will not allow that. These big boys will not allow that. So here we are hanging around the center line. That tells me we're going up to the top. Now, not tomorrow, not next week, but pretty soon. And it might be over here. I might have the timing off a little bit. It might be later on in February or March. But I do expect us to get up to the top of this up here before the halving, sometime before the halving, and then pull back. Imagine there's going to be a lot of volatility heading into the halving because they're going to try to liquidate all the longs and shorts in this area as we head into the halving, which is this blue line. I imagine it's predicted, and I predict, and a lot of people predict, we will be around 48,000 at the time of the halving. Not necessarily on halving day that we will be at 48, but sometime within the week of the halving, we will be around 48,000. But it's also a very volatile time. So just watch yourselves out there. That's what's happening. Imagine now all the other markets. We're ready for the next. You know what? It's probably best exemplified by AVAX, I think. So let's look at AVAX on even a weekly, maybe. See if we do it on a weekly, if that's too much. So remember how I gave everybody cup and handle patterns. There's AVAX cup and handle. And you can see that they got this nice little handle here. Now, now a cup and handle is just an image. You can clearly see that could just be a little pullback. And you can see that AVAX has a lot of room to move up to about 90. It could move up or not, maybe not even that much, but at least up to like right there. That's about 70. Could easily move up to 70 before seeing a greater pullback. And actually, I'm just looking at the channels I have drawn here. These channels going up like this. Kind of are hanging out at the center line of this parallel channel heading up this way. So I do expect a big move coming up here in the next month. You're going to see a big move like this, and then maybe where we see a greater pullback to the right, but not any kind of dump, just like probably might be kind of boring, might be kind of volatile. I don't know. No, I'm just talking out my ass. So I had better go now, and I will see you. Well, let's take a look first at the total 3, see if it's doing something similar. See, we're just having a little pullback right here, and we are on the weekly. So we could easily see a greater move, at least up to that dashed line that I have there, which is at 574, or maybe even higher here. Maybe up to like 680-ish. At least to this bottom support here. No, we are on the weekly. 635 over 600. We could see a greater move up to that region. Just beyond that white dash line, and then get maybe more of a gradual pullback. Because I don't think you're going to get a lot of people dumping right now. We have seen some, but those are the people that are trading, and there's a lot of money on the sidelines. People are thinking that we're going to dump down further, and it's all psychological. There's going to be a lot of people, and a lot of these influencers or people, YouTube people, they want to keep you guessing. Well, it's because they get more viewers that way too, but they don't want you buying now. They want you buying later. They want you to stay out of the market. They need you to fuel the moves later. Just watch yourselves out there. There's a lot more interest in this market, and things will be moving. Things will be moving a lot quicker, and We've had a nice run here. We're having a pullback. Run will continue, and then we'll have a pullback, and then the run will... We'll see what happens when we get out here. We'll talk more about that later. All right. Like, subscribe, and see you next time.